Hi, Phyllis here from southernfrugal.com. We're getting ready to make some hash browns. Now, these are the kind they make in North Carolina, like central North Carolina. These are the kind of hash browns my grandmother made and my mother, and I make this kind. Now, sometimes I make them in the oven, but you know, they really should be made on the stove in an iron skillet. Now, I can't use an iron skillet on my cooktop, so I'm just using a regular skillet, but you'll need bacon grease, red potatoes, and an onion and salt. That's it. All right. Red potato, okay? Because they hold together a lot better than like a baking potato or the white potatoes. All right, we're ready to get started. All right, now this is two rather large, they were actually about this size, red potatoes, and I've sliced them into slices like that. Now I've got probably 3 tablespoons of really good bacon grease. Now, you know what I'm talking about. If you fry bacon and it's the maple kind, you can't use that kind of bacon grease, just regular smoked bacon. And you're going to have your skillet on really medium high to start out with. And of course we're going to salt these at the end. Alright, now I've had my potatoes in a bowl just with an old dish towel over them, a clean dish towel, and sliced them and let the dish towel soak up a little bit of the moisture, and then I'm just going to take the dish towel and dump them in. And they're already sizzling, and we're going to let these get really brown on the bottom before we turn them over. So that's probably going to take maybe about 10 minutes, and we'll be back. Alright, we're back, and the potatoes are ready to be turned now. I've let them get good and brown on the bottom. Now they are going to do some popping, because after all this is bacon grease. So. Okay, now I'm going to turn my heat down to medium, and I'm just going to dump in my rough chopped onion. This is 1 medium yellow onion. Now, it doesn't take as long for the onions to cook, so you don't want to put those in until after the potatoes have cooked for about probably 10 minutes. Alright, now we're just going to leave these cooking for another 10 minutes or so. And I'll come in and stir them a little bit after about probably 5 minutes. But the thing, you don't want your onions to burn, because they will burn if you put them in at the beginning, okay? Okay, it already smells like my grandmother's house at breakfast time. We'll be back. Alright, we're back, and the potatoes are almost done. Now, after you've turned them the first time, and you put the onion in there, then you want to turn them occasionally then, just so they don't, the onions don't really burn. Now, not every potato will be brown on both sides, and that's okay. We'll just let them cook for a few more minutes. Now, in North Carolina, they have these for breakfast along with bacon, eggs, and whatever, and sometimes grits, but mostly they have hash browns for breakfast. Even in restaurants like Cracker Barrel, you'll find hash browns. Of course, they don't look like this, but these are really country hash browns is what I would call them. And now my ancestry, on both my mother and my father's side, they're originally from Scotland, and I think we got a little American Indian in there somewhere. And so, you know, at almost every meal we had some kind of potatoes. Now, I live in South Carolina now, and in South Carolina they have rice. Really almost at the big meal in the evening or at lunch, they serve rice, and they put all kinds of things over rice. And for breakfast here, they serve more grits than hash browns. So that's a little history on where the hash browns are served and where they serve grits. Now, my mother never ever fixed grits. Not even one time do I ever remember grits. But my grandmother every once in a while would fix grits, but mostly it would be hash browns for breakfast and also at other meals. Now it's interesting that they also fixed sweet potatoes fried in a skillet, just like this. Of course, you don't put the onions in, but my mother would put butter in there and slice the sweet potatoes just like this and turn them over a couple of times and keep frying them. And then she would put some brown sugar and a couple of dashes of cinnamon on them, and they'd get real crusty on the outside. They were really good. We just called them hash brown sweet potatoes. I don't know really what they were, but anyway. All right, so my potatoes are pretty well done now, and we're having these for lunch today, and we're having some pork barbecue and coleslaw and some bread. All right, so there you have it. North Carolina type hash browns with onions. All right, we'll see you next time.